So this is your business. Your business is just a funnel. So upstream, you have your marketing. Your marketing. So that is your stimuli. It's your, if you're running meta ads, it's your creative. If you're running outbound, it's your copy. These are your main two that we're gonna focus on. Your creative and your copy. So this is all upstream. This is where everything starts. So for our message, our copy, it's the value equation. Got a meeting, goodbye. Post after this though. All right, dog. It's the dream outcome in your copy, in your creative. It's the perceived likelihood of achievement. It's the time delay. And the effort and sacrifice. Do offers get saturated? Good offers don't really get saturated, but good offers are harder to fulfill on. It's a continuum. It's a continuum. So your offer is gonna look like this. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be bad. And it's gonna be hard to fulfill. And it's gonna be easy to fulfill. And you wanna be as far as you can over here. This is where the money is. And this is how you have to look at your entire business as a funnel. So this is offer. Your offer has to hit all of these as hard as possible. So your dream outcome in our copy, it's like more jobs. Like you guys, if you want to start at the bottom, which I recommend, is more jobs. It's because that's what all these guys actually want. That's the dream outcome. They don't want a conversation agent. They don't want a voice agent. They don't want audits on how well their agent's doing. They want more jobs. That's all they want. And the perceived likelihood that they're going to get those jobs for our offer. So it's mo jobs. Perceived likelihood. What affects the perceived likelihood is a good guarantee and your risk reversal. Plus incentive alignment. So perceived likelihood of achievement for us is pay on results. We align our incentives so we only actually make money if we get them jobs, which is their dream outcome. So there's a complete alignment on the top half of the value equation. Once you go down on the bottom, it's like, okay, now what are the bad things that are gonna happen for me to get this stuff up top? And that's gonna be look at time delay. So if you look at our landing page, or what we did have on our landing page, I need to update our landing page. Time delay, you want this to be as quick as possible. And this is also going to be as quick as possible in the dopamine hits that happen post onboarding. But for the front end, and this is where your upstream comes into play, you're gonna wanna look at how fast they get the outcome. You wanna mention that. You wanna tell them how fast it's gonna happen. So for us, we say 7 days after the onboarding form is submitted. Effort and sacrifice, what do you have to do to get this? Well, in reality, they're gonna have to, maybe film some videos for Meta. They're gonna have to take an hour to fill out the onboarding form. They're gonna put their business details in. They're gonna have to actually, go find the pictures of their actual work and upload them into a Google Drive. These are all the things that they're actually gonna have to do. If you can make this as little as possible on the effort and sacrifice end, then that's what's gonna affect right here. So this is what your conversion on the actual creative and your copy are gonna rely on. Upstream, and this is all of your marketing. The whole point of your marketing is to get interest. So all you want is interest here. All you want is interest. You want a positive reply. On the cold outbound side, You want an opt-in on the creative side. If you're doing an inbound channel, if you're paying Meta, all you want is an opt-in or a positive reply. Does Alex Hormozi have a video on this? Read all of Alex Hormozi's books. This is literally just me regurgitating Alex Hormozi's books. Also some Charlie Morgan stuff in here too. A lot of Charlie Morgan stuff in here. This is all your marketing has to do. Everything past getting them to raise their hand. If your marketing on the front end is doing anything, is optimizing for anything other than engaging for a positive reply or an opt-in, your marketing is not doing its job. So for us, it's more book jobs, pay on result. We only get paid if it works. That's what your marketing says. Is this fully true? No, this is not fully true. We have a setup fee, we have a retainer. Are we gonna say that on the front end? Of course not. We need to gauge interest. We need to take this baby steps. And if you don't wanna be quote unquote unethical, then you're not gonna make the money you wanna make. And it's not unethical because these guys need the help. You just need to help them help themselves. So this is your marketing. This is all marketing is, not have to be confusing. And then you have your conversion. So here we have conversion or sales. So for the sales aspect, all we want is to convert that interested positive reply or opt-in into an appointment. For most of us, it's going to be an appointment. This can vary, but all we want is an appointment. So we are just asking for time on the calendar. That's all you want. That is literally the entire sales process on the setting side. You could break this into two. So we're gonna split this into two. You have the conversion or sales, you have the set, and you have the close. So how do you actually get them to have a time on your calendar? So you have the conversation agent. You can go back and forth with them through SMS. So depending on the opt-in, I'm gonna focus on cold outbound here. So you have a conversation agent that can affect this on getting more appointment volume. And you have your speed to lead, -5 mins. So your speed to lead is gonna directly increase your amount of set and your amount of appointments. It's gonna be your speed to lead, and it's going to be the double dial. You gotta call these guys as soon as possible. Off of the positive reply, off of the opt-in. There is gonna be no greater conversion rate from interested to appointment than getting on the phone with these guys. So you cannot be scared to call these guys as fast as humanly possible as they do the positive reply or opt-in. And that is all there really is to setting. Now you can supplement this if you have a lot of marketing, if you have a lot of positive replies, with a conversation agent. This is your insurance plan. This is not actually how you're gonna run your conversion mechanism. So once you get here, and I'll also, your positive reply to appointment, your KPI, should be 50%. Why? Trust me, just trust me. That's when I wanna be your North Star on this conversion for your KPI. From the appointment to the close, your show rate, this is the next KPI for show rate. You want to have them show at about 70%. This is gonna be dependent on the niche. For some niches, it's gonna be easier. For some, it's gonna be harder. This is what you're gonna wanna aim for. And what's gonna affect this is this section right here. We'll go over here. This conversion mechanism is going to be your pre-sale, which is your booking flow. It's gonna be your actual pre-sale, which is a video. It's gonna be multi-channel. So it's gonna be SMS and email. It's gonna be 24 hours, 3 hours, 1 hour out. It's gonna be 10 minutes, 3 minutes, both channels. So So you want to do both channels. You want to bombard them with reminders to increase this conversion segment right here. So if you want to get this up, this is what's going to affect that. And you're going to want to add some confirmation on there. So make them confirm the appointment. Once you get into the close, all the close is right here is closer. So once you actually get them on the call, you just need to research closer. This is all Alex Hormozi. You want to clarify why they're on the call. This admits that they have a problem. You want to label them with that problem. I'm looking to use speed to lead for my offer, but I'm having a hard time understanding what fulfillment looks like. There's like no resource out there. All I'm supposed to know is the host from client's account, but I don't know how to optimize the respective leads. I'll answer that after, but you clarify. You label. I think this is objection handling. I don't know. I don't know the closer as well as I should. Anyone got some help with me on this? Hormozi framework. How do you package your offer in good copy? Let me see here. Oh, it's overview their past experience. Okay. So this is closer. This is closer right here. So all you have to do to convert is do this. After label. So overview past pain, sell them the vacation, explain away the concerns, which is objection handling, and then reinforce their decisions. Also, take payment on call. And the gap in between, exactly. So you guys need to be taking payment on call. If you don't take the payment on call, then you might as well say goodbye to the sale. Take payment on call, just trust me. And for the close, for your conversion on close rate, it's literally just this entire framework. There's literally nothing else that affects this. This is the best sales conversion mechanism that exists ever. So this is your marketing, this is your conversion, and then you have fulfillment. And when I say something happens bad upstream, it's how well optimized your funnel for all this actually is. So your fulfillment is what happens directly after you take payment. So this is going to be your onboarding. This is going to be how fast they get that first hit. So first wins. It's going to be setting expectations properly. And this is also what happens upstream. So why I was actually prompted to kind of write this out is because if you mess something up on your copy upstream, so say that alignment isn't, so if you're on your setting call and you say, yeah, it's just, you're only paying per lead and, we have a small monthly retainer, but you don't mention the setup fee, and they get on the call and you're talking about the setup fee, there's some kind of a disalignment there. That's a bad example because you actually want to do that in most cases. Depending on how much sales energy, how much sales resource you have, depending on how much friction you want to add upstream to your funnel. And this is going to get a little bit high level, but for the most part is like your funnel, you should hold their hand through all of this. So if you say you're going to get them more jobs, you pick up the phone, you're like, this is going to get you more jobs. Can I have some time on your calendar, essentially? Not actually how you would say that script-wise. But then, okay, now that we have this time, this is exactly why'd you hop on this call with me? It sounds like you're struggling with this. It sounds like we're reminiscing through the pain, you're pulling teeth, and then you sell them, okay, well, this is actually what we're going to do. We're going to get you more jobs. This is how we're going to do it. You have your pitch, and then they're going to have some objections. They're going to have some questions. And you just explain away the concerns, reinforce the decisions, take payment on the call, and then you have a streamlined onboarding process. For us, this is what's really I'm working on right now in the agency. First wins, like how fast you can get that first win, their first lead, the first client from your actual fulfillment, whatever you're selling. And then having Claude feed your SOPs to Claude, and then make agentic workflows. And then you have, you get your referral plays down here on how you can use these guys or scale your existing client base. You have the recurring revenue. And then there's one more that I wanted to mention here. But anyways, this is your entire business as a funnel. And you kind of get them, you sell that result, and then the referrals feed the engine here. And then you get the recurring revenue, and then you're able to invest in more of this stuff. I use so much stuff and it never ends. And then what you end up having here, and this is why you need to master Claude code. So all this ties back into right here, making agentic workflows. So why you need to make agentic workflows is because you are your own, and this is why I say dog fooding all the time. You are your own business. And that's what the beautiful thing about selling lead generation is that if you make these agentic workflows to build out your own pipeline, there's no reason why you can't do this for other business. And that's the beauty of selling lead generation. So you have these agentic workflows. For us, our marketing, we have the cold SMS engine. We have SMS. We have email. We actually do meta ads for ourselves. So it's not like we're one of these agencies that don't run meta ads. And what we're able to do is make Claude workflows for doing our own meta ads, for having our own conversation agent, and actually testing this stuff in production. And when we're testing this in production, we're able to see the gotchas. We're able to actually pitch that to our clients of like, dude, we actually do this for ourselves. Who needs a case study if your business is your own case study? If you have Claude running agentic workflows for scraping 1.6 million leads, if you're selling lead gen, if you have your ICP verification, if you're doing a cold email agency or anything like that, and you're actually able to point at your own results as a case study, and you don't need this appointment to close because you have 30 appointments this month. You don't need this appointment to show because you've already built out your pipeline, because you've solved marketing as a constraint to your growth, and you have the funds because your money model isn't broken to actually reinvest into marketing because you're not trying to do the Kai Stone method where you just charge $300 a month and then you're broke and you try to break even on month 2 because you're charging a setup fee because you're worth the setup fee. And your agentic workflows run your entire pipeline. It runs your meta campaigns. It builds out go high level workflows. It builds out your A2P registration. It onboards clients. And now you're in this virtuous cycle of you're getting your time back. You're in this virtual cycle. What? Shut the fuck up. I'm getting trolled. What? Yo, Nick, dude. What is good? Holy shit. What's good, Nick? Oh my God, dude. You're wow. What the fuck? Yeah. That kind of that's throwing me off like crazy. What? Okay. You're in this virtuous cycle of increasing your prices of okay, that definitely threw me off. But Nick's arrived in the chat. This is crazy, dude. But yeah, guys, this is basically your business as it visualizes the pipeline. This is all you need. This is your 80-20. You pick your marketing outreach. I learned all this shit. Dude, oh my God, Nick. You are the reason why I'm in the position that I'm at right now because of your Upwork and your cold email videos. So shout out Nick's arrive in the chat. My first client is actually posted to the channel, and it was from the Upwork method and, sending those looms. So this is just crazy, bro. This is just crazy. Oh, what? Dude. What the fuck, bro? This is crazy. But yeah, I just wanted to go over that with you guys. I'll probably turn this into a video too. So I'm done with this little marketing pipeline unless you guys have any questions about how we run our entire business. But dude, that dude, fucking Kai Stone was in here the other day. You got Nick arriving here. The algorithm is loving the channel, bro. Shout out you guys for making this possible. But holy.